What's up, internet? Did you miss me? Yeah, I know you're probably wondering. Well, the four people who watch my videos on a regular basis, I know you're probably wondering where I've been. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you where I've been and why I haven't been posting in about 2 weeks. The last video I did, I titled it "About a Woman," and it was a video that I did for a woman that I really admire and a woman I in real life want to get to know, Janelle Monáe. Now, I made after I made the video, um, I was put in the psych ward in my local medical center. Now, let me tell you a little bit. Now, my real name is Edward Anderson. That's my real name. And up until recently, I was an employee at a place in Shreveport, Louisiana called Sam's Town Casino. Now, the day after I made the About a Woman video, I was feeling kind of high on myself. I felt like I had a good idea. I felt like I had a decent strategy for, reaching some of my goals. I'm changing the channel over to more of a promotional channel, which I will talk about in another video. And, I'm just going to pursue the things in life that I really want, even if those things are far fetched and are very hard to reach. So I showed up for work, at Sam's Town Casino. I was a deckhand, and at around 4:50 in the morning, I got into it with a fellow employee over a mop. The lady asked me, "Where's the mop?" I said the mop is where it usually is, and she told me, "Well, I don't usually work on this floor. I don't know where the mop is." And I was like, "Well, do you want me to go look for the mop?" That wasn't good enough for her. So after having about a 3 to 4 minute discussion about where the mop was and how upset she was that she couldn't find the mop and that I wasn't giving her good enough directions, I kind of brushed her off. I figured it was over. I went back to doing my job. If you don't know what a deckhand is, it's basically a janitor. You pick up beer bottles and you pick up, cups and ashtrays, and you dump them in the trash and you send the trash outside. It's really not that complicated of a job. After then, a woman who I believe goes by the name of Marzelle, she approached me and she asked me why I was yelling at Tina. Why I was yelling. Now, I know I wasn't yelling at this woman, and I said I was talking to her in the same voice that I'm talking to you. Am I yelling? That wasn't good enough for her. And I even said, "Well, I just saw Tina. Why don't you go get her and talk to both of us at the same time? Because I cannot answer for what Tina did, and Tina can speak for herself." "Are you trying to tell me what to do? I'm the boss. Yeah, I'm the boss." So, goddamn. So I offered to sit down. When I offered to sit down, I lost my job. Now, I wasn't actually fired from Sam's Town Casino. They suspended me pending an investigation. So the security people intercepted me. They walked me upstairs and whatnot. I broke down in tears because, I've told you before, I got a bachelor's degree in business administration. And I never believed in the bullshit, but Sam's Town Casino was the first person that hired me in about 2 or 3 years. They're the first person who gave me a job, and I must have put in about 60 applications. And I'm like, nobody will let me help them. Nobody will let me do anything for them. They always on me. So I had a little bit of a breakdown. Now, the guy up there, one of the people who I was talking to went by the name of Glenn. Glenn was talking to me, and Glenn was good to me. He didn't save my job. He didn't save me, but he was good to me. He got me a way home, because if it wasn't for Glenn, they would have just let me stand on the sidewalk for 2 hours until my sister decided to pick me up. So that was good that he was there, that I got to get me a ride home, because they fired me or suspended me with um with 2 hours to go into the shift. So they didn't even let me finish out the day. And I left my jacket. I did not get my jacket. I did not get my coat. My coat is still somewhere in Sam's Town Casino. So they sent me home, and I went upstairs and I talked to my father. I still live with my father. And we talked a little bit, and I was, playing up the fact that I was sick and I wasn't well. I was coughing and whatnot, hacking up, hamming it up, to which he thought I jumped on him. Now, my father is almost 70 years old. I'm 26. If I had jumped on a man that's almost 70 years old, he would not have been fine that day. He would not have been able to show up to the hospital that they checked me into. Now, I stayed at the house till around 5 o'clock. Then I felt like walking. I felt like moving. The idea of getting with Janelle and, making deals was still fresh in my head, still fresh in my mind. So I want to walk to the library. I want to walk to the park, because I got to look at my future, career plans. So, so I tell them, look, if you're worried about me, and I said this about 5 to 10 to 15 times, if you're worried about me, hop in your car, give me the keys to the car, get your friend to pick you up, because me, my father, and my sister, we share one car. It's her car. It's hers. And she lets me use it, on behalf of me and him. So I said, if you're worried about me, hop in your car, and give me the car, and I'll be fine. I just want to move around today. I just lost my job. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. Just let me move around. So I go to a place in Shreveport, Louisiana called Southern Hills Park, and I'm sitting on a bench. I got my backpack. I got a bottle of water. I got some headphones, and I got a notebook, and I got hold on. I got this with me. So I'm chilling, and I'm going over in my head what I would say if I ever ran into Tariq Nasheed and Janelle Monáe. And I'm being loud. I copped to that. I was being loud in a park after I lost my job. Well, my family took me walking to the park, and I guess, I don't know how they knew, but me being loud in the park as a cry for help. So they called, I guess they called the police or whatever, and had me committed. Now, it's not the first time that they've had me committed. They had me committed before, but this was the first time that I was committed, pretty much for doing nothing. And I can't really go into the whole history of that, but just know I'm a man who does not believe for 1 second that there's anything psychologically wrong with me. It's just I live a life that isn't great. And when you live a life that isn't great, occasionally you'll have a breakdown or two. Now, me being in the park and being loud, I was not shouting at the people who were walking by. I was basically engaging in like a pseudo class, like I had something to teach Janelle and Tariq. That was basically where my mind was. It was me trying to formulate a lesson to show that I am worth the time it would take for you to come to me. I am worth it. That's what I was doing. So they had me committed, and they've had me committed before, but this was like the first time I was like, oh shit, This is completely unfair. They will just call people on me anytime I change my behavior in any way. Anything I do is provocation for them to lock me in the psych ward. So they sent me to the 10th floor of a place called University Health, and I stayed there for about 2 weeks. Now, in there, I felt like a prisoner. I felt like I was in jail. There was a lot of sit ups, sit down. This is quiet time. No doctor would listen to anything I said. When I said I was well, nobody looked into my story of being there because of Sam's Town Casino. Nobody heard me. They just gave me a diagnosis, and that was that. They didn't spend 1 second listening to me. Not a second. They didn't give a fuck what came out of my mouth. I am, according to them, I am bipolar with psychotic features. I think that was the diagnosis that I saw. And one of the nurses said I suffered from mania. Well, I guess I'm a maniac. So if you wanted to know why I wasn't posting videos, I did not get scared or skittish after, posting the Janelle Monáe video. I have a few more things to say, but I don't want to beat the horse to death. But I have a few more things to say on the issue. And and as I'm recording this, I don't have internet access, so I don't even know what has been said, or if anybody even watched the Janelle Monáe video, the About a Woman video. Just know I haven't died. I haven't quit YouTube. That was not some, go out crazy stunt. I didn't commit suicide. Real life took a bite out of my ass. Real life took a bite out of my ass. So, as always, send me anything you want me to talk about. Send me any subject you want me to cover, and I will cover it. If you have questions about, Janelle Monáe, please. I can't answer all your questions. I'm not trying to, present myself as some kind of encyclopedia of Janelle Monáe factoids. I want to get to know the woman. I don't want to read her bio a million times. I don't want to memorize all of that shit. But what I want you to understand is I try as hard as I can to be a real human being in a world filled with fakes and phonies and perpetrators and liars and violators. I want to be authentic. I want to be as genuine as I can be. And sometimes, the people that you trust the most will see you trying to change, will see you trying to grow, will see you trying to be something other than what you are, and they will stomp that out with a vengeance. I'm not saying that I've never had a problem ever in my life. How could I not be psychologically strained, living in poverty, being stressed, being yelled at every single day of my life? How could I not have some kind of issue? But to lock me up, and to lock me up for what you lock me up for, lets me know that I just have to guard myself and protect myself from anybody who's not in the business. They don't get to know the business. This is my business. My business is trying to reach out to people and connect with people in a real way. I'm not the flashiest. I'm not the funniest. I'm certainly not the best looking. But I am sincere. And I am, a man that's trying to get somewhere, a man that's trying to do something. if you want to check into my story, if you want to help a nigga out, then you can call Sam's Town Casino. I don't have the number in front of me, but just look up Shreveport, Louisiana, Sam's Town Casino, and say, hey, why did you fire Edward? What was the deal? Why did you fire him? Why did you suspend him over a mop? How about you do that for me? Anyways, I'm gonna get back to regular scheduled program. I'm gonna be posting as much as usual now because I landed in the hospital. I'm not gonna be able to probably have access to the vehicle as much as I was. So going to the library and posting may slow down a little bit, but I'm gonna try to make it work the best way I can. Anyway, that's what's been going on. That is where I have been. I've been in a psych ward. Ain't no need to lie about it. Ain't no shame in my game. Ain't nothing wrong with me according to me. If you want to know what I think, I'm not bipolar. I'm not manic. I don't have psychotic features. I have big goals, big dreams. But I don't make the rules. I just live under them. So let me know what you think about my video. Let me know what you thought about the About a Woman video. 32 minutes. Did not realize I was talking that damn long. I just watched a little bit of it. I was like, God damn, I can't believe I said that shit like that. Let me know what you thought of that. Let me know what you think of my videos. Rate the video. Like it, dislike it. Be honest. Subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. You can follow me you can send me questions at themrmaskman@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter and find me on Facebook at themrmaskman. That is all I have to say about this subject. So I will see you in the next video.